You see, they could delay him, but they cannot deny him. They had to let him in. Okay, but there are some delays that happen for something that you know was for you, for something that you know you were supposed to be in the first round, second round, but it didn't happen. But if you had went back and checked to see if all of your I's were dotted, all of your T's were crossed, everything was checked off, was it really a delay or was it you who didn't do what you were supposed to do? Hey, it's your sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about how this draft seemed to like mainly, not the draft basically, but media, let's say media, mainly wanted to focus on Shedeur not being picked, you know, well, being picked so late, let's say that, but overlooking the fact that this young man, Cameron Ward, did came like from an underdog and became the number one draft pick. But everybody focused on Shedeur Sanders and stuff like that. What's going on? Yes, okay. People was expecting him. He was expecting himself to be drafted, especially not this late. But when we really look back at it, was he? Did he do the work? Did he do enough work to be in the first round draft? Be in the second round? Did he put in the work? Did he do what he's supposed to do? Because sometimes it seems like particularly this happens when the person, like when you look at pastor kids, or if the person had a parent or somebody that they knew that had a name for themselves. Sometimes some people rely on that name and they put in work, but they don't put in the work that's supposed to be done because they know that, hey, that name, their name or who they know is going to carry them through. But sometimes you can get a pass. There are some people that get a pass with that name and and who they know. But then there are some you're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to show people that you're supposed to be here. I have the talent. This is for me. What is for me is for me, and it is for me because I put in the work to be here. Because with Shedeur standards, look how Cam Ward, when he was going into play college football, coming from high school, there was not a lot of people checking for him because he didn't put the work that needs to be done. But whether that was a wake up call for him, he said that every day he would tell himself he's one of the best, he's the best, he's the best. He motivated himself because at that time nobody believed in him because he didn't have the stats to prove it. But then he put in the work and that work paid off. And now is being overshadowed because Shedeur didn't get picked because Shedeur is Coach Prime's son. And now he could either go, it's like several ways that he could go, but one of the main ways that he can go now, a lot of people eyes is going to be on him in Cleveland. So this is the opportunity where he could make the most money ever, the most money ever, bring Cleveland out of, you know, this obscurity and bring them to the forefront. He can do that. Or he can play with a chip on his shoulder. Oh, I didn't even want. Yes, he's happy he got drafted, because people was talking. But now he's at Cleveland. I'm sure. I'm. I'm gonna guess that Cleveland probably wasn't in his top 5 or top 10. So now he's at Cleveland. He's the quarterback. So he can put in the work. He can do the work that's necessary because now nobody's gonna give him a pass because obviously, whatever you want to say, the people that run the NFL wanted to make a statement with this young man, and only them. We could just speculate. We could say all kinds of stuff, but only them know. What they wanted to do, what statement they wanted to make, what example they wanted to set. They the only ones that know that. But we can, guess. We could do all kind of guessing, but we'll just never know. But this young man could go up, all the way up, or all the way down. But one thing they want him to know, his name is not going to do anything for him. It might, his name, his father's name, or whatever, his fame, his popularity, he's going to have to put in the work. And he's going to have to do that, especially in Cleveland, you're going to have to put in the work. So is either you're going to be with chip on your shoulder and become mediocre, or you become one of the greatest. Tweeting how you love this game is not enough. So Shedeur is going to have, hopefully, is that he actually loved this game, because sometimes we might be looking at, his dad played, and then yeah, he had to play, but does he really love the game? And if he does, he's gonna have to show it. So he's gonna have to get that drive. He's gonna have to get that passion. He's gonna have to get that fire. I don't know if he lost it, he never had it, but he's gonna have it, and that's what he's gonna need. And he might need all of them, because sometimes somebody only need a drive. Some people only need passion. Some people need all of it to become successful. Two. So all these people who are gonna be waiting with their popcorn to wait for his failure, they won't see it, because that's what Cam Ward did. All the people who's talking crap about him, talking about, oh, he ain't got no prospects, he ain't this, he ain't that. What he did, he put in the work. And let's hear from this young man who did a very, very good job. Yes, Shedeur didn't get picked in the first round, in the second round, but this young man did a very good. He came out of nowhere and made a name for himself. And it shouldn't be overshadowed just because somebody didn't put the work that needed it. If he looks back, I'm sure he's gonna find some places. Hey, I should have woke up a little early. Hey, I should have did more laps. Hey, I shouldn't have missed out on this opportunity. I should have did this. I should have did that. Because if you didn't do it, you don't know what it would have done for you. So that's a missed opportunity. So let's listen to Cameron Ward, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.
I just thank God, man. The hard work that I put myself through, and just the unbelievable work ethic that I have. I just always have faith. He's prospered me. This moment, my parents, they really pushed me to get to where I am.
I can hear that emotion in your voice. Where's that coming from?
Just I would say the little kid in me who wanted it.